Hi, I'm Chuck. This is Up Chuck Chops. Thanks for joining me. I am really excited today because we're starting to put the KZ400 back together. Check it out. I don't know what I'm doing. I sort of know bits and pieces, but I know if I continue procrastinating, I will never know or not know if I did things right and this will run. So I have to do. I guess first things next, I decided I'm going to leave the starter in there. I tested it. It doesn't work. They are highly expensive, depending on what you're getting. Quick Google search looked like I could pick a new one up for like 350 or 400 bucks. That's what I paid for the whole pile. I have a Kickstarter. That's what I'm going to stick with. Later, if I so choose, then I will buy a starter. I would get rid of it completely, except the starter cover is held on by bolts going into the starter right there, and I have this gap, and I think that's what let water down in here, because left side of the bike, it's leaned that way, water's going to collect. So I have a redneck remedy. Going to get some caulking or something and fill that up, and maybe, unless there's wires that go through there, but I think they all come in through the underneath side. I'm getting nowhere here. I gotta quit talking. I'm bolting the starter in. And then I'm gonna start putting things back together. I'll probably do left side cover, right side cover, and then start building up cylinder, pistons, head. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. This is more for my memory than instruction. My starter's bolted in. It's not going anywhere. Next task. I need to get the field coil, and I have to get the lightning bits put together that makes ignition. And I'm trying to remember the process. Give me a sec. So I jogged my memory. This field coil should go in first, like so. I don't remember where the long ones and where the short ones go. I think that's way too much. That looks about right. These don't look too bad. I'm going to clean them up just a little bit before I install. A lot of times I would be an advocate for just replacing these bolts, but threads are pretty good. Is it going to focus? Well, take my word for it. And the socket part is pretty good too. I don't think I'm messing up future Chuck or next person to take this apart, so we'll just reuse them and save myself a trip to the store. I'm going to use just a dab of thread lock. The blue stuff, easy remove. Let's see if I can give myself a headache here. I'm not going to crank them down yet. Leave myself a little wiggle room. Okay, that's not even really finger tight, but it's not going anywhere. Now for the other one. It's like so. It appears right. Maybe I'm just not holding my tongue right. Maybe the tolerance is so tight I have to really be spot on squared in there for it to slide in right. There we go. It's in there now, I just got to get it rotated a little bit. Boy, talk about a tight fit. Perhaps there's a better way. I take that loose, slide it around so I get my fingers underneath. Maybe that'll help. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's lined up now. Okay, that's not bound up. Try again. I don't want to, you know, gorilla arm these. I don't want them coming loose either. Click. Okie dokie. Now, I need to fish this through. There's a slot. A little teeny tiny pry bar. There we go. Oh, looky there, 2 for 1. Seated down in there. And then I don't like how that jacket is pinched, but there we go. Looky there. Now what, I ask myself. I don't know. Looky there. First magnetic part tray empty on this job. And now I have to bust open my gasket set. I nearly forgot something. I'm going to have to go back and look at my video, but I think it goes like that. Feels like I'm going to have to push them wires a little bit. Yeah, double check, and I went to the handy hardware store and got new screws for that from my, if you remember from the unstucking bolts. I have no earthly idea why I bought nuts. I guess if I thought I needed bolts, I'd need nuts. I confirmed with my video, and it does sit like that. And I'm going to give these a quick spray and wipe off. They're cleaner. Let's see if my hardware store bolts are gonna need a washer. I don't know. Nope. Yep. Maybe. Nope, that's pretty snug. I'll just use them in case. And I think I will put just a tiny little dribble of Loctite because, excuse me, Thread Locker. This is not Loctite brand. You know what I'm saying. Because the old ones, I'm pretty certain, had it on there by the way the threads were. It's still a little much. That must not be as deep in that casing. So we're going to double the washer. Okay, I put my spare bolts and nuts in the spare bolt bin, and we'll be good to go. Time for the old cardboard assisted remembrance. Note to self. I think this goes there. I think these wires lay up in it. I'm pretty sure. That's how I'm going to do it. There. That looks tidy. I'm not going to tighten it up. I'll worry about it later. Now, let's see how good my regular old screwdriver fits. Not bad. Not bad. I'm not getting crazy with it. I'm going to clean these up as I go. I wish I had a wire wheel on my grinder. That would be sweet. You know what though? I have a wire wheel and a drill. That might get my fingers. I could use my ultrasonic, but truthfully, it's okay for some stuff, but it's only okay. I think I can get, for my time savings, I'm better off doing it this way. I won't bore you with the rest of this, but just know it's going to happen. Alright, so there you have it. I'm going to snug these up, and I'm going to kind of stagger my pattern. And then snug is tight enough on these. There's nothing going to leak out. And we'll move on to the next, whatever the next thing is. Alright, some time has passed. I remembered where the red wire went. This little button right there. And I did some searching, and I picked the best of my two caps, and it goes up here on this. I don't know what it's for, but I know it was there when I took it apart. The new electrical bits does not have that. And this is not just sliding apart. I don't want to be too rough on the wires, and I do have heat shrink tubing. So I'm going to gently try and peel this apart and see what we got going on in there. Did I score it enough? Okay, there it is. All right. There we go. Look at that. They match. So here we go. This goes here. I think it should. This should plug in and then snap together there. Like I said, I don't know why, but that's there. I also went back at my video and found out this clip does hook that way and caught both sets of wires there. So yeah, I'm going to get some heat shrink tube, connect this up, probably get some electrical cleaner and make sure this one's clean, and we'll go from there. I'm out of electrical cleaner. Carb cleaner will do. I may have said this before. I don't know if this is a neutral safety or I just don't know. So I'm going to hook it up anyhow because it's there. Why not, right? That much will do. Now I have to remember, where is my heat gun? I haven't used this Harbor Freight excuse me, shrink wrap very much, but see how this goes. I don't really want to melt the wire, but I think that's enough. Now, there we go. Snapped in the little rubber piece. The wires look good. Happy, happy, happy. I'll probably do a little tape job repair to that, but I'm just tickled for progress. I'm going to try and make a short of this as I do it. I don't know if I can pull it off, but this style video is inspired by Halerization on Instagram. I don't know if I said that right. I think she's on Facebook too. She's confident in what she does because, well, she's pretty good at it. Me, not so much, but anyhow, to the point. See this hole right here? I am pretty sure that is why this cover was full of water, because there's nothing plugging it, and the bike leans this way, and then rain and snow and things happen and gets down in there. So I bought some step flashing, and I have some gasket maker and some snips and a lack of anyone to stop me from doing this. I cut my piece. Now I'm going to put gasket maker on both sides of the hole so it sticks. See that? It's probably not ideal, but it's what I'm doing. And I'm gonna smush. And then I'm gonna get a screwdriver. It's gonna hold pressure like that. And then I'm going to squeeze more gasket maker in and spread it around with my finger. And I'm pretty sure now I've done better than a Japanese engineer, because maybe water won't get in. I'll catch you later. The bike leans this way. Oh yeah, I'm watching my short on my phone. I didn't realize I was still recording. Hey, we're back. I made it to the hardware store. I don't know where this left off, but I had a hidden bolt. And I only bought 3 new ones at the hardware store. I don't want to make another trip. So it is a long one. I am going to reuse the best long bolt I have. and it'll work. So now, I may regret putting this on right now because the clutch cable, but I would really like to be able to say I have the left side done. Go to your home. Maybe I need to lube that a little bit. I did clean this up. It's not perfect, but it I wanted to be able to see if I had new leaks or not. Almost there. There we go. Little tappy tap. Get my diagram. And I'll put the hidden one in first. Okay. And the short one goes in the top right. I hope these heads aren't too big. Oh, that'll be all right. And along and along. I don't think I'm going to need my washers. That's bonus washers for a future Chuck. I'm going to hold off on the gear selector. Just one more thing that I don't really need in my way. I think I will put this cover on though, because I don't want to lose it. I am unsure if I have a new gasket for this. I'm just going to leave this one on. Shouldn't be much coming out of there. Nothing really. I just have to remember which way goes what, because it's tapered. These screws aren't perfect, but they're not awful. We're going to save this for just in case. I've went through 2 cans of carb clean in a weekend. Well, basically last weekend and this weekend. So I'm going to use that gasket remover. And you know, I'm not worried about perfect. I did what I could. Patina sometimes means lazy to me. Sometimes it doesn't. I understand when something is only original once and not wanting to change that. But this bike is not going to be polished. I'm going to rip around town on it. And ripping around town on it brings me to my next question. I think I want a peanut tank. I haven't ordered one yet. It's a little cheaper to get 1.5 gallons. And if this gets, I have no idea, I haven't even Googled it. It ought to get 50 miles a gallon. That would give me 75 miles, which is probably far enough. Or do I get the 2 gallon and get more range? I'm probably leaning that way. I don't know. I'm getting excited now because we're going back together and I'm thinking about paint, a seat. I want to go a solo seat and the tank. But I haven't yet transferred the wiring or anything like that. Concentrate on a roller first. I may go ahead and order some stuff. I do have an oil filter coming, so I can get this filled up with oil when the time comes. Anyhow, little sidetrack there. There's my dirty little patchwork. It's not gonna hurt anyhow. I might as well go ahead and put my cover on. It appears my patch does not interfere with the cover. I guessed right, it's a 10. It just dawned on me. Other things I may need. Neck bearings, brake rebuild kit, wheel bearings. Those things I don't know. But I think I gotta get, I gotta find those things out because I don't know yet. Before I get all crazy with it, I gotta finish putting the engine back together. Next things next is the other side, which is gonna be a little harder. Maybe harder is the wrong word, but maybe it's the right word, I don't know. But I may have messed up putting that cover on because I'm gonna have to thread a chain through eventually. I might be able to reach in and spin it with my finger and get it to loop around. All right. I have my first part that I don't remember where it goes. It'll probably cause me a big headache later when I remember, but yeah, this is going over to the parts shelf. I didn't do anything in here. I did check the clutch plates, but that's the deepest I went. My chain tensioner appears in pretty good shape. This should just be a slide over, well, gasket, slide over, tighten up, and then the remembering parts come in, because I have the points backing plate, the ignition advance, and I have to get all that set just so. And I might even go watch Gearhead Geeks when he rebuilt one of these, see if I can help myself recall. That seal is a little worrisome. I'm going to pull that off and try it again. See how that lip is right there? Doesn't look quite right. I'm going to reseat it. It's a little boogered up. I think it will do all right, because the oil level isn't going to be way up here. It's going to be down here. All right, that looks much better now. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not puckered out. I think the key was getting it to slide on square-like. Once again, cardboard and notes. Well, I guessed right, I think. I wasn't sure if that bolt went on top of the kicker or below the kicker, but it went right there, and I moved up and yeah, checked and they looked okay. Feel okay. Little note, I should be using a JIS screwdriver. What I am using is just a regular old Harbor Freight screwdriver, because it fits well enough to spin them in quickly, and I don't have to go find the right bit in the drawer. Is that lazy? Yes. Am I going to finish tighten these with this screwdriver? No, I'm going to get one that fits better. There's that. This will go to the cardboard pile for later templates. See, I told you I'd do the right thing. Gonna kind of do a zigzag pattern. Probably should have started on this one, but it'll be all right. I've never done myself wrong by starting in the middle of a cover and working my way out. Some guys will give these a little tap with a hammer to tighten it. I don't think I will, because there's a possibility it might have to come apart in the near future if I did something wrong. So hand tight it is. Now it's time for the nitty gritty. I decided that I will go ahead and install my shifter because I'm going to have to pop it into neutral to get my top dead center and my timing all set. So I guess I might as well. Just a little thought. I don't know how 3-in-1 oil stays in business because I have had this bottle for years and I use it fairly regularly, but I haven't run out, and it's a little bottle. Just a thought. Good for them though. It's a good product. I'm going to wrap this video here. I think I'm starting to get some things buttoned up. I am not fast and or good enough to put it all together in one video. I'm closer than I was though. So if you watched this far, thanks for watching. I genuinely appreciate it. Hopefully this helps someone else or maybe future me. I've got to figure out and read and study on getting the points back in. I have to do a little bit more cleaning. I need to lay some parts out so I can get my eyes on them and kind of wrap my head around it. I got to order carburetors. They're expensive. If you have a suggestion on which ones to buy, I think I know where I'm going to get them. But yeah, I want to do a little looking. It's what we got. We're this far. I will catch you later. Hopefully, I'll have a little more time this weekend to make another video. Yeah, thanks again. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you later. Chuck out.